Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. Namaskar. Welcome to Awakening with Brahma Kumaris. You're watching Healer Within. Welcome, sister.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. In the last episode, we were speaking about transforming energy. And I agree with you that we can send positive energy or kind of blessings for a person who has done bad for us. But there's a kind of a limit for the other person's bad deed. Some things are easy, okay, but certain things you can never forget, never forgive. How do you do that?
Very true. Like we saw last time, a very automatic reaction would be to reflect the energy, to absorb the energy, but to transform requires attention, awareness, and determination. It becomes easier if we know why we should transform. Yeah, that's very important. If I'm able to answer my questions,
My answer will be easier why I should not transform.
why you should not transform? What are the reasons for not transforming?
Revenge. The feeling, it starts from school, college. The seniors ragged me, I want to rag the juniors. These people hurt me, I want to hurt them doubly. Somebody cheated me, I want to beat him up.
Right.
And you see all the movies in the world, which are the most biggest hits, all revenge.
So the social conditioning is take revenge. My mind also says this is an easier option. My mind also says this is a fair option. See, this is what the thought will be. It's a fair option. If they have been mean to me, I should be back to them. And if I don't, they will continue doing that. It's like if somebody hit me, I should hit them back. Otherwise, they will continue to hit me.
Not necessarily. If they've hurt me even 10 years back, I want to see them unhappy in their life. Because they made me unhappy for a year or two, I want to see them 20 years unhappy.
So I create these thoughts. Now,
This is very normal, natural, sister.
This is very
Maybe not
normal.
for you.
There's a difference between what is normal and what is natural. Normal means those things which we have been doing very often, but natural are those things which are my original and which I'm comfortable with. When we're saying someone has hurt me and now it's very normal to create negative for them, so let me sit back and say, okay, I'm creating negative thoughts for them, bitter, revenge, and then I might bring it out into action, hatred, energy which I, the soul, am radiating, either in the form of thoughts, or it can come out into words, or even into actions. Now let me answer all my questions. Why should I transform energy? First, why is this energy coming to me? Why are they doing this to me? Why are they behaving badly with me? So first I answer my question.
My answer would be because he's a bad guy.
Okay, he's a bad guy. Why is this...
He's a negative person. He's evil.
Why is this negative, evil person doing this to me? Let's say I'm not a negative person.
Okay, why am I attracting that kind of people?
Why is this negative energy coming to me? So then I answer myself, this negative energy is coming to me because of my previous interaction with this soul. I, the soul, have an account with that soul. I have come into a karmic connection with this soul before. See, it's very simple. If I and you meet today and we spend half an hour over a cup of tea and we're having a dialogue, and as the dialogue progresses, it becomes a discussion and then probably an argument. And there's a big difference of opinion and it lands up being a very heated argument. After that, meeting finished, go home. Now after a week, we meet again somewhere. Will the previous first meeting and the quality of that first meeting have an effect on the beginning of the second meeting?
Yes.
Yes, because the first meeting ended on a little
Heated
argument. The beginning of the second meeting will begin on that note. There will be a little uncomfortableness or an undercurrent. So automatically when we meet the second time, the first meeting will have an influence on the second meeting. Because the second meeting is starting on a negative note, the second meeting will turn out to be a little more, maybe just ignore each other. Maybe not even talk if it's in a social gathering. Maybe just even speak ill about each other to the other people who are there in the gathering. So the first meeting was a simple argument. Second meeting will turn out to be ill feelings about each other and even talking ill about each other to the other people. If the second meeting ends here, the third meeting will get even more complex. So that means every next meeting is going to have a carry forward of the previous meeting. This is natural?
Yeah.
Natural, and this happens with everybody. Similarly, if it has been a beautiful meeting, a very nice interaction, the second meeting will start on a very beautiful note. So that means every subsequent meeting will start
from where we left.
Will start from where we left. Right. Now, I, the soul in this costume, you, the soul in this costume, have a meeting. And which means one birth in which in one particular any kind of a relationship or an interaction. Now, depending on what was the quality of that interaction and where the meeting ended,
we begin here.
We begin the next time.
Same note.
The only thing is, in this case, memory lapses there. You don't remember. In that case, when you meet after 1 week, you know that the first meeting was an argument, so the second meeting is beginning on an ill feeling. In this case, we don't remember what the first meeting was. But when you find this undercurrent or this negativity in a particular relationship, we have to tell ourselves, this is a carry forward of a previous one. Similarly, if you have a very beautiful relationship with somebody, everything is very nice, harmonious, this is a carry forward of a first one. Now, when I understand that this is a carry forward of the previous one, it becomes easier to accept the behavior of the other person. Then I will not say evil, bad, negative. I will say this is a carry forward of the previous one.
Why don't we think all these things when we are in love or when we have a very happy meeting when we start liking somebody?
Yeah, so that's
we don't even find any reason. We're just so happy.
Yeah, because there we are not in pain. We're not in pain.
But we never ask ourselves, why does he like me so much or why does she like me so much?
Absolutely.
Why are we such great friends and why did it start so well?
In any kind of interaction, whether it is an exchange of pain or a very beautiful energy exchange, I always have to remember this is a carry forward of a previous interaction. When I remember, like in the earlier example, we saw first meeting, next week second meeting, 10 days, third meeting, then there could be a fourth meeting, fifth meeting. Every subsequent meeting is only going to get more complex. The negative energy exchange is only going to get higher till in one of the meetings, one of the two
resolve it.
Absolutely. Only one of the two. This is very important, we need to remember. We always keep saying that to, sort out things, both the people have to agree. No. In one of the meetings, anyone, second, third, fourth, it all depends when we decide. In one of the meetings, when one of the two says, okay, enough, let me just talk nicely and forgive what happened earlier, forget about it, and let's make everything back to normal as if nothing's gone wrong. That soul who chooses to do this has just changed their quality of energy, which they are creating, and thereby written a different quality of destiny. If that soul chooses to do that in the third meeting, then the first and second was negative, third began negative, somewhere down the line chose to change it, changed it to a positive energy, and after that the fourth, fifth, sixth meeting is now going to continue on a positive note. But on the third one again negative, it will continue. Now when I take this on a bigger level, if I'm having a very negative energy exchange with some soul, let me remember it's not about the soul being bad, negative or evil or wrong. It is only our meeting, and let me take complete responsibility of it, that it involves both of us. Why is this so? Let's say, like we saw earlier last time, that if you borrow 1,000 rupees from me, I will come back to take that 1,000 from you. And I can take it from you in any way now, after 50 years. You will not remember that you were the one who had borrowed it, and now when I come and take it from you in maybe I steal it from you, I cheat you and take it, you're going to say I'm a bad person.
Sister, 1,000 rupees is okay. If it is 100,000 or 10,100,000, you mean to say I should just keep quiet if somebody cheats me?
It's not
Thinking that I had cheated him in the last...
See how we can look at it. It's not only about money, it could be more than that also.
Oh, let's talk about this.
Money is so much easier. There could be bigger things. There could be bigger things. Let's say, for example, it's not 1,000 rupees. It's about 100,000.
10,100,000.
10,100,000. Now, let's say we two souls in this particular costume and this particular interaction, suppose we're doing business together. Okay? And 10 years, 15 years, business is going on very nicely and has reached very good heights. Now suddenly I have a negative thought and I say, this person not doing much, I'm sharing 50% profit with this soul. Let me just get everything onto my name, and I cheat you, betray you, and I take complete hold of the complete business. Amount could be, like you said, 100,000, 10,100,000. Okay. But it's not only about the amount. When I do that particular karma of cheating you in business, you not only lose money, you lose your peace of mind. A person who loses big amounts in business because of the betrayal of a business partner doesn't only lose money.
He loses peace of mind.
He loses peace of mind. He is unhappy, probably goes into depression because it comes as a very big shock, loses faith in people because somebody very close has betrayed him. That effect on the mind not only stays on the mind, the person could suffer from a heart attack or hypertension. That person's family doesn't remain the same after that. They lose everything that they have. They probably have to sell their house after that. Children probably don't study further. They don't get married properly. I did only one karma. I cheated you of 100,000 something rupees. Now, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, 100 years passed. Costume changed, costume changed. These two souls meet again. Don't you think something will happen? And don't you think something should happen? Don't you think that I, who have deprived you of money, happiness, health, and family relationships, when you come back to me in any kind of interaction, you will do something. Something will happen by which my money, my peace of mind, my health, and my family will get affected. And then we will say, this was absolutely fair. But because I don't remember that I had done something to you earlier, so now when you come and do something, I will say, this person is bad, wrong, evil, negative. Why is he doing this to me?
There has to be a first time.
There has to be a first time.
So the one who cheated me, now do you mean that I should just keep quiet, the thinking or imagining or taking it for granted that he
That
must
this is
have,
the second time.
or maybe he has done it, what I had done to him in the
Absolutely.
last birth, or shall I go to the court and
One.
fight it out?
Take legal action, right? Try your best to get your money back. Always try to do everything that's legal and fair. But
In spite of he being unfair,
who being fair, unfair?
the other party who cheated you.
Very fine. The other person is being unfair. Now if again I am also using unfair means, whether it's the first time, second time or third time, I don't know. But if I'm choosing to use unfair means now, which karma am I creating? Which karma am I creating now?
Unfair.
Negative. So if I'm going to use or resort to negative, wrong means right now, even if it is for reviving my money, if I'm using a negative karma, I will get the consequences of that. If not today, tomorrow. So let's not look at the karma of the other person and reflect it back to them. Even if I have to take legal action, even if I have to go to the police, I have to go to the court, let me do everything in a fair way. And most important, while taking all the legal action, what is my thought process about them? Karma is happening first here. Let's say, for example, two brothers are fighting over property. There is a dispute over property. Go to court, have a legal fight over what you have to do with the property. But hatred here, bitterness, resentment, doing ill things about the other person, speaking ill about them everywhere, this is going to go into negative karma. And here, when I resort to those means, I am writing my destiny. I have to remember my karma is writing my destiny. So if I want to use wrong means to fight you.
What if my mind doesn't have peace till I resort to those means and take the revenge?
And then I have to remember that after I resort to those means and take revenge, and when I have created that negative energy, can I be peaceful?
Even otherwise, I'm not.
Otherwise, I'm not, because I'm not answering my questions. I have to tell myself, understand, a positive seed will give a positive result. A negative seed will give a negative result. That's 100%. That's the law. Spiritual law is working. Today, if I plant a positive seed, even if the result which is coming right now, I might see it as negative, but this is a return of something earlier. Today, if I plant a positive seed, one, I'm going to feel nice now. Even today, just forgive somebody for a mistake that they have made and see how you're going to feel. And take revenge, use wrong means, and see how you're going to feel. You've just created turbulent energy. And that energy which you send, does it stop there?
That's exactly what I wanted to ask you. Small mistakes, how do I feel? These are little samples and you feel nice and you're happy. But what about the big things?
The equation will remain
Supposing
the same.
I have only a few million rupees and all that money somebody takes away. It's not a small thing.
It's not a small thing.
And
Agreed.
I can't sit at home and say that, okay, I must have done this to him in my past life, so keep quiet.
It's again, not to keep quiet. Again, take your legal action. Try and get your rightfully whatever is due
What
back.
if the legal action doesn't work in this for 100 years, 50 years, 60 years?
The legal action doesn't work, so you use a wrong mean to get the money
There's no other
back.
way in this country.
Then again, if we are using the wrong means, I will have to tell myself, I am choosing to use a wrong means to get my money back. I am choosing to use this wrong means. And I am responsible for the decision that I'm taking now. This is my karma. And tomorrow when the consequences of this karma comes to me, I'm not going to say, why is this happening to me?
There's no other way as far as I think.
Yeah, because I'm looking at, I'm looking at a short-term thing. I'm just looking at this money that I want to get back. Try your best to get back all your money. But if you're looking at a bigger picture, don't use a wrong way to get it back.
But if he cheated me, he's used the wrong way. So let me use the wrong way, wrong to wrong.
Again, his karma will create his destiny. If I use the wrong way, my karma will create my destiny. This is very important. What are we doing? We're looking at the other person's karma and then accordingly deciding our karma. My karma writes my destiny. Today someone has done wrong to me. I try my best to get everything back. But beyond that, I have only two options. Either wrong means or forgiveness. And whatever action I take, I will get the consequences of that. Now, even if I choose to use the wrong way, if you feel you want to choose the wrong way, this money is very important to me and I want to get this money back, even if I choose the wrong way, while choosing, don't say to yourself, I'm doing this because there's no other way. I'm doing this because they are like this. No, I'm choosing this way and I am responsible.
And I should be prepared
for the consequences of this. Completely fine. Responsibility of my karma and ready to take responsibility of the consequences of which come to it. This I have to be prepared. But understanding that every time it gets more and more complicated. We only look at the shorter picture. We're only looking at it now. We need to remember, even if it is money right now, it's not a big thing, it's only money. It's only money. By the next time, it can become even more and more complicated. But at that time, we will say, who's seen the next time? Let me at least take care of this time. Because we only look at ourselves like this. And then when it comes next time, see what will happen. Look at the risk that takes place. When it comes next time, because I haven't learned the art of forgiveness and resolving issues, the next time, because my sanskar is revenge, the next time I will again take revenge. Fourth time, it will get worse. The next time, I will use even more unfair means. And that's why we see people who, when we look at their actions, we say, how can they be so ruthless? We need to understand this is not the first time they are being so ruthless. They have become so ruthless after many interactions of using a repeated sanskar. When you go on using a repeated sanskar, it finally aggravates. Change it. Resolve it today when there's not too much damage that has happened. So that when you resolve it, you're changing your sanskar. And you're writing a different destiny for yourself. Somebody cheats you for money and you go and use unfair means to get that money back, which means you can do something wrong to their family. You can do some harm to their children. What are you doing to your destiny? What am I doing just to get that money back? I'm using very wrong means. That will also come back to me. And when it comes back to me, I'll have to use bigger means. And it gets more and more complicated. So, look at the situation. Do the best for yourself, but don't use a single negative or wrong mean, because I will have to face the consequences of this. And when I understand this, forgiveness becomes very simple. Because I'm not forgiving them. We're not forgiving the other person. We're forgiving ourselves. I'm forgiving myself and writing a better destiny for myself. I cannot forgive you. If you're doing a wrong karma right now, I cannot forgive you because your karma will give you the consequences. Forgiveness means you will not get the consequences of your karma. That's not going to happen. Even God cannot forgive us.
Why?
Because if God forgives us, which means we will not face the consequences of our action. But none of us can evade the consequences of our action. We have to face them. Nobody can forgive me. God forgives only means God doesn't hold. God doesn't hold what we have done. His love and acceptance remains unconditional. That is forgiveness. Similarly, when we forgive somebody, it doesn't mean they will not get the consequences of their karma. It's just that I forgive them means I will not hold anything against them. And when I don't hold anything against them and no negativity on my mind,
the karmic account is over.
Karmic accounts don't get over. Over means no energy exchange. That will not happen.
No, what I had to give and take, it's over. Bank account is, if I owe the bank, I go and pay back. And it's balance, nil balance.
It is like we saw in that example of meeting after every 1 week, 3-4 times. First time negative meeting, second time negative, third time one person changed it. Changed it and converted it into a cordial meeting. So what happened? It's not that they stopped talking. It's just that they started talking to each other in a better way, started by one person. So which means karmic account not over, karmic account quality changed. When one soul says, I forgive, and I choose to think differently about this person, that soul has started sending a different quality energy. So that soul has changed his destiny. Now it's up to the other soul how soon they would want to change what they think about them. It doesn't matter how much ever time they take. They could do it immediately, they could take years, or they could continue thinking negative. This soul has changed his side of the karmic account and thereby changed his destiny. So when I forgive, I'm actually doing a very big favor
To myself.
to myself, not to the other person. Because we don't understand how karmic philosophy works, because we feel, like we saw that if I cheat somebody in business, when the person comes back to me in the next interaction, is not going to come as a business partner. It's going to come, probably can come in a very, very close relationship, and is going to do something because of which my wealth, my peace of mind and happiness, and my physical health and my relationships will get affected. The person, when they come back and they attack in the sense that they will do something like this, which will leave a very big impact on me and deprive me of everything that I deprived them of. That's a way of returning what I had given to them. They could even come back as a spouse, as a child. The person can come back to me as a child, and I get very attached to the child. The person lives with me, I spend so much money on them. The next 20 years I'm spending lakhs and lakhs on them. Attachment, and then suddenly the soul might leave. And when that soul leaves suddenly, what do they leave me behind with?
Pain.
Pain, physical pain, and my whole family is no more the same.
Yeah, but what if even the money is lost?
Money gone. So money, mind, body, and family life. This is exactly what I had done to them. So that's why when it comes back, it just gets more and more tougher and difficult. And that's why we need to take care of the means that we are using to resolve our conflicts. Negative, wrong means only means that the next time when I have to face the consequences of this, it's only going to be tougher than what it is today. Today your loss is only money. Be happy and tell yourself, okay, it's only money. I haven't lost anything else. I'm still fine, I'm still stable, I'm still healthy. I've only lost money. Next time, it can only get bigger. So always, always, today we need to sit back and see, is there anyone against whom I'm holding something? It's a negative karmic energy exchange that's going on. However big may be their mistake. However means, however, forgive. Forgive. And forgive means don't hold any resentment against them, because they're only coming as a return of something that I had done before, and let me not make that mistake all over again. This time, let the meeting be a different quality, so that the next time we meet, we're going to meet on a better note. So we have changed the quality of our karmic account.
Thank you, sister. Let's see if this works. Right.
Try it out, definitely.
Thank you so much.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you.